Good afternoon to all, or good morning, or good evening. My name is Trina, and I'm starting to come onto YouTube just to talk about various topics that are on my mind or in my heart at the moment. And today, I want to talk about children, and not just children, adults, teenagers. Some days ago, I came out to my car and I noticed that someone had thrown an egg at it and it had damaged the paint and left a whole bunch of mess. So, as this is per norm, most of us have seen this type of destructive behavior. So, whether it be like a parked car, whether it's abandoned or not, smashing out the windows or taking out the little mirrors to so drivers can see when they're coming out of a place that's like has a blind corner. And I said, this person, whether it be a child or adult or teen, doesn't really matter. This person is either very bored or they are taking out their frustration or anger on objects. So basically, I had said, well, if it's a child, so many children these days, and like I said, it's not just about children, but so many children especially are growing up where they are glued to technology. And so all of us are born with inherent creativity within us. And creativity can be anything. It doesn't have to just be making art like drawings or paintings. It can be absolutely anything at all. It can even be conversations is an art form in and of itself. It can be anything at all. So this individual was very bored or, like I said, angry. And what I have noticed over the years, like from the time that I was growing up, and even like my mother and other much older folks talk about how when they were growing up, how they themselves or the brothers or whomever, they never really got bored because they would create and make different things like go-karts, and they would be building stuff all the time. If they didn't have dolls, whatnot, the girls would make dolls out of whatever leaves and whatnot. So there was always that creativity that they were able to express. And nowadays, I found there's a lot less creativity within children. And a bunch of times, yes, there are. And no matter what I'm talking about, it's never like 100% all the time, no matter what it is. Never everyone. So just know that. So it's like when I see or hear children playing, watch them, and it's like, oh, I'm bored, I don't know what to do. So it's like it's not really lost, it's dormant. Because no matter how long we've gone without being like creating and doing creative things that we find interesting, we can always get that back. But it'll just take time and practice. They don't know what to do. So a lot of that would stem from, this is not pointing fingers or anything, it's just seeing and noticing and observing. Adults are they're like beyond stress these days. That's like the norm, and it shouldn't be the norm. They're so stressed, so it's very easy to sit a child in front of a television screen, an iPad, a phone, and whatnot, and then they have an addiction with it. And we see this, right? So, and then they get so used to that type of stimulation that when it comes time to do something else, they don't want to do anything else but go on that screen, sit in front of that screen, And then if you introduce them to something, it's going to be that they're either not interested in it, or don't know what to do with it because that creativity is dormant within them now. and this is not pointing fingers or judgment or anything like that. That's not what this is about. But the stress is real, so it's like adults are under so much stress and so much pressure with everything, whether it be job, relationship, whatever strains that they're going through and struggles that they're going through in their life. And when people are under stress, we tend to make decisions that we wouldn't normally make if we were not under constant stress and pressure, so there's that, you know. But what I would say is to take opportunities to, like, offer your child to do other things, like a cardboard box and different things. And even if they don't know what to do with it, you might have to start them off by giving them some ideas, or use that technology so they can look up a website or whatever, Instagram, whatever, so they can get ideas and follow along to something to get those creative juices flowing, and then what most likely you will find, like I said, not with all, but what you'll most likely find is that sense of boredom. I don't know what to do, and when I'm bored, then I cause trouble and get into things that I shouldn't be doing. You would find that there's going to be less of that, because that creative side, it's in all of us. Whether we use it or not, it's there, and it's there for a reason, and it helps to keep us more balanced in life as well. And the good part about it is that you really don't need to know all the good that it does. Like, it helps with being creative, helps with problem solving, and I'm not talking about mathematics, even though it can, but it helps with problem solving, all sorts of life skills, learning how to do things, knowing how things work in the world, and things like that. You don't even need to know any of that. Just know that these are positive activities, and there are going to be many positive benefits for doing it. And so they can do something like that, every day, if possible. It's good for all. And also, like, when it comes to teenagers and adults, when they're getting into those sorts of destructive behaviors and things, boredom as well, and there are other hosts of reasons, why people do things, mind you, but I'm just talking about this specifically. So boredom, anger, frustration, the same thing. And there tends to be a feeling of having no purpose, no direction in life, and feeling powerlessness. So when you have that powerlessness in your life, it's and most likely they don't even realize that's what they're feeling. So then it comes out in that way. So it's like all of us, that creativity from a young child is going to help, because when you come across when your life is not going exactly how you want it, you have that creative mindset. You can kind of think outside the box a little bit, right? Or a lot. Think outside, and then you can come up with things to do or to create or make businesses or whatever, So it goes a long way. And it helps to cut down on that frustration, not knowing what to do, not knowing what your purpose is in life. It goes a long way to help with all those things, because all of these behaviors and things like that, it comes down to some sort of dissatisfaction in life, whatever it is. It could be a dissatisfaction with, you have somebody telling you what you should like all the time. Or you shouldn't like that. You should be doing this over here. This is suitable. This is what all of our family members did, so this is what we expect you to do. A whole host of reasons. So it's all about the dissatisfaction that one feels inside, even if the person doesn't know what it is. So, like I said, just start small. And it's an issue when that technology person, no matter who it is always geared towards that technology, You know, take a step back and do other things. Learn to do other things, because there's so much to do in the world that we can do. You know, and being creative, it's not, and I heard someone say it, I don't have remember the exact words, but something like creativity is not, basically it's not something where you have to be skilled at doing it. You know, it has nothing to do with that. And that's what I used to believe as well, because I'm like, well, I can't draw, and here I am, okay, drawing or what, and I'm not no good at it. Oh, I don't like this. But it's not about that. It's just about creating something, doing something that you enjoy. You know, so it's not about, oh, this is good, this is bad, oh, it sucks. No, no, nothing like that. So let us just embrace our creativity. And then you're going to find that other things are going to automatically fall into place. Parts of our lives that need to calm down, cool down, they will over time. So that's my little spiel for today. Namaste. The divinity in me sees the divinity in you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.